Hi, it's Charlie again, and I'm answering some questions that people had asked me before about the previous video about exactly how do I hook up my turntable to my computer. And that's the thing we're going to discuss today. I have been doing this for many years, for as long as I've owned a computer. Hooked up my stereo to my computer to record my albums and cassette tapes. And in the past, it's fairly easy process. You know, back in the day when people bought desktops and everything, most desktop computers had a sound card. A sound card had ports in the back of it. It had input ports and output ports and stuff. And that's how you plugged in the cables from the stereo to the computer. But now we either have laptops, don't have a computer at all, and we all do our computing on our phones. So in this discussion, we're going to keep things very operating system agnostic. Well, first of all, let's talk about the hardware here. What hardware that we need? Let's assume you already have a computer and you already have a turntable. How do you get these two things to talk to each other? We use a device called a phono preamp. And these things are now sold these days. In fact, they're built into many turntables now if you buy them off the shelf. A lot of turntables that are priced between $100 to maybe $500, $600 might have a USB phono preamp built inside the turntable, because a lot of AVRs, a lot of audio receivers did not have a phono input. You only found that in the higher end portions of the product range. What does a phono preamp do? A phono preamp raises the input level signal from the cartridge that's on the turntable tone arm to a level where it's playable and listenable to a line level, such as that found on a CD player, DVD player, such as that, or a tape deck, so that you can play your turntables with your AVR, with your system. That's what a phono preamp does, basically. I'm using this box here. There's a little black box. It's an NAD PP-4, and it's a phono preamp. And I picked this one because it has the best of both worlds. It wasn't too expensive and it wasn't too cheap, and it came from a reputable brand name like NAD. It has ports on the back and front to allow me to hook this up to my stereo. Namely, this USB-A type port up front feeds a cable that goes into my iMac that has line level inputs. So if I want to copy my cassette tapes, or if I had reel-to-reel tapes, I can do that I can feed the audio from the tape decks into the preamp, and it'll go out to the computer. I moved my turntable from its regular spot in the rack with my stereo right next to where I keep the iMac by my desk here. I just moved my printer out the way, and I got it running from the turntable. The signal's going from the turntable to the preamp directly to the back of the iMac through the USB ports. Okay, so you got everything to go, everything connected. You got the turntable running, you got the preamps hooked up, you got the cables running from the preamp to your computer, and the signal path is traveling from the turntable into the computer. You have everything to go. So what do you use for software? I use Audacity because I like it. As sophisticated as Audacity is, it has a very steep learning curve. Vinyl Studio, which is a good program. I don't think it's a great program, but it came with Vinyl Studio. But unfortunately, the program is not free. Now that you recorded your first album onto the hard drive, how do you want to store it? Do you want to store it as a WAV file? Do you want to store it as a FLAC? Or do you want to store it as MP3, AIF? You have a variety of ways, a variety of formats in order to store this file onto the hard drive. And which one you choose is completely up to you. So keep spinning those records, keep buying that music, and keep the community alive. Bye.